Let's see if this fucking stream will stay going. I don't know why they keep fucking auto-deleting and turning off. The fuck? I'm getting gas. Where's tea? That's right, she doesn't have a button like mine. Every curve and all. Night at the Roxbury, bitch. It's a fat girl summer, feeling just right. Move to the beat of a hot girl night. Confidence blowing like fireworks fly. Where would I want to? What's going on here? What's going on here? Fuck, dude. Let me fucking turn this shit off. I don't know if I should be charging this or this one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This one keeps falling for some reason. I think it's the case on here that's too heavy. But that fucking holder sucks too. I have not seen gas under $5 a gallon in a long, long time. So fill her up, baby. Fill her up. And then now it's fucking popping off that it needs DEF. I'm like, dude, mind your business with your DEF fluid. Fucking hate California and environmentalists. Stop fucking with my life until you're gonna go fuck up with everybody in India, where you can see the damn air over there. Why don't you make them get DEF? Okay? Why don't you make them have air quality standards? Should I figure out what I was gonna do real quick? Must not have been important. For real, for real. For real, for real. Okay, so to my story real quick. I'd been talking to this chick about going and storing our shit over there. Whatever. So I didn't end up doing it like right away, but I talked to her day before yesterday. She emailed me the forms and everything, filled that shit all out. She let me know what she needed, like registration, proof of insurance, this, that, and the other thing. And this guy's really impatient. He said, I'm just gonna leave my trailer blocking this fucking way so I could just get my truck in just enough to get gas. Can't blame you, homie. I think we're all doing the same thing. Hi. Nylan, you love me, huh? How do you know me, homie? I mean, I love me too, and all the cool kids love me, but it is what it is. Okay, so I called this chick yesterday and I was like, okay, I said, I'm either gonna come like Thursday, Friday, or Monday. I'm like, are you there on the weekends? And she goes, no. And I was like, okay then, I'll see you Thursday, Friday, or Monday. She's like, okay. Mind you, she didn't tell me she leaves at 3 o'clock. Like most people, I figured, okay, it's like river time. It's like a laid back, like retirement kind of having job. So she probably gets off at like 4. And like the the store hours right now are till like 4 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I just figured that's when she gets off, because she said, those guys look familiar. I think those are the guys that I hired to unload my truck at the dump in Cali. That truck looks familiar too. I'm pretty sure that's that. But anyways, it's a small world. So she motherfucking, so I get there. I left at like noon, and it took me like 3 hours to get there. Normally, it's not that bad of a drive, but the toy hauler was empty, no water in it, and it was windy as fuck through a lot of places. Like, there's always a few passes that are real windy as fuck. And there's two. There's one going towards LA, like where all the windmills are, and then there's one like right when you come out of the Coachella Valley, like in that grade. I think it's like the Cherry-Yosemite area. It gets windy through there. But usually by the time you hit the back roads, you're Gucci. There might be a gust or two, but you're Gucci. Nope. It was windy as fuck. So I was like, damn. And when that happens and you're light like that, you just got to slow down to make sure you arrive alive, you know? And so I got there at like 3:20, mind you. So I missed her by like 20 minutes. So I go into the store because there's nobody at the little box that you drive through to like register or whatever. I go into the store and there's a lady there, and I'm like, are you Peggy or whatever, Penny or Penelope or whatever her name is? And she was like, no, she's not here. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. Who do I talk to? Because I'm dropping my rig to go into storage. So she's like, oh, him. So I go over, and it's this like older gentleman, and he has his drawer open, and he's like counting it, so you could tell they're getting ready to close. So I tell him what I'm there for, and he's like, can you come back tomorrow? I'm like, no. And he asked me like 3 times if I could come back tomorrow, like my answer was going to change. And I told him the first time, no, I cannot come back tomorrow. I just drove 3 hours from Cali to come here. I was like, I can drop it here in the park, and then you guys can move it across the street tomorrow if you want to. But I am not coming back tomorrow. Hold on 1 second, our gas is dead. Just love it when they don't give you receipts. It says take receipt, and then you go to take the receipt, and there's nothing there. All right, let's see if she can make it out of this parking lot without any drama to her mama. Come on, fatty river disease. We going this way, girl. Nothing will make you drive more careful than being without your boat for a while. Over the smallest little things. All right, we're Gucci, we're Gucci, we're Gucci, guys. We're back on the road again. So it was like 3 times going back and forth with this guy. Oh, there's gonna be a cute little view right here for y'all. So then the motherfucker slams his fucking, he's like, ugh. And then he slams his drawer like he's fucking hurting my feelings or something. And I just kind of like smiled, and I was like, okay. And then he's like, ugh. He goes over to like this folder. He's like, let me find you an application. And I'm like, actually, she emailed me everything. So I have everything ready to go. I was trying to make it as easy for you guys as possible. And I know we're all on a time crunch, but you know, there was traffic. Right after I ended my first stream, which wasn't even public, by the way, traffic stopped for like a good 20 minutes. And oh, that's just the canal on that side. But look at, there's the river parts that are super shallow. There's the deeper section. But you can see how the drought has affected. This is the Colorado River below the Parker Dam. Where we goes up there where it's deeper, and then it's a little bit deeper down there. But I don't even go to the most shallow part unless I'm with somebody who's been there more than me, because there's like, you got to know what parts of the river to cling to, like where the deepest sections are and stuff. So let me turn this down. Freezing. I'm freezing, bitch. I'm freezing. So then he's like, okay, let me make copies of all this stuff. I'm like, actually, you can keep everything. The only thing that you'll probably need a copy of is the license plate, because I didn't put it on there because it's paper and it's windy and shit. So if you guys make a copy, then you have one for you. I can keep one in the rig and we're good. It's like, okay. So of course, like throughout the process, he sees like I'm a cool bitch and I'm like making them laugh and stuff while I'm in there doing it. And it's partially my fault because I don't go into the store very often and I don't really deal with the staff very often. And Mo kind of does most of it. I used to, like back in the day, but she's like, she'll notice like we need ice first or whatever. So hopefully there's no burros when I was coming on my way through here. Where it gets a dangerous bitch. But so then she's like, do you want this? So then the guy goes, do you want to pay to have it put in and taken out for you, you know? And I was like, well, tell me how much it is. Our friends have had it done before, but I never have. I've never left a rig here. And so he's like, oh, it's this much to have it pulled out, it's this much to have it put back in, da 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 da. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and have you guys put it in today, because I've only parked it once in the past like 4 years, because it was, I mean, I only backed it in to like a tight spot once in the past 4 years, which was when we picked it up from service when we put it in our back garden, baby, our back garden. And I'm on a time crunch, so whatever. Okay, so then he's like, okay, well, this is so-and-so. He calls the guy on the radio, and he comes with his little truck or whatever to come get the rig. And so I go to disconnect it, and he's standing right there with me, and the fucking power jack won't work. Tongue jack on the fucking tongue. I go to like drop it down so I could lift it off the fucking truck. And it won't fucking work. I'm like, why the fuck is this not working? And I had it plugged into the truck for power. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll turn the battery on, but it should be working. That's how I freaking loaded it up. I just did it. And he's like, wow, like, he's all, there's a, like, if you pop the top off of those, there's like a manual jack option you could use. And he was trying to it off. He's like, I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. And I was like, well, I don't care if you break it, if that's the way we have to do it, but because it can't be stuck on my truck right now, I gotta go pick up the boat. I got shit to do. And so he's like, okay, well, go to the box over there and pay the lady like for the moving or whatever, and I'll take a look and see what I could do. I was like, all right, cool. So while I was over there, thank gosh, I had some like cash on me. So I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, can you give me like smaller bills so I could tip this guy for helping me out? And she's like, oh yeah, for sure. So I went pat, pat, in the bathroom, which, by the way, note to self, people have talked shit about the water at this like place being bad, and they've had instances where they'll put out a notice like, use your own potable water or whatever, like the pipes are in maintenance, because they're like totally revamping this park or whatever. I went to the bathroom in the clubhouse, and I walked to the bathroom and I was all, oh, someone blew it up. Smokey back here taking a shit. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. But no, it wasn't a fucking shit. I came out and went to wash my hands. It's the fucking water in there. The water smells like straight up raw sewage. And I looked at the fixture, like they have like nice like fixtures, and there was like rust, like that metal, like black shit on there. I was like, oh, that shit ain't healthy. Hell no. So now I see what the fuck people are talking about when they put their little posts on Facebook. I mean, the Karens be carrying really hard on their Facebook, but now I think there's a little bit of truth to that water. We always smell it like when we're there, and we usually we have filters and stuff on our rigs, but I couldn't believe it. Okay, so back to that. So after I go pot, I walk my little fat ass back over to the rig, and the guy's like, you needed a fuse. The fuse blew. I'm like, that's crazy, because it worked just fine on the fucking, when I lifted it up to hook it up this morning. That's so crazy. But thank you so very much. And so I try to give him my money, and he's like, no, just like always. And I'm like, homie, I gotta buy you a beer or something. You're out here sweating balls for me, and you didn't have to get that fuse and replace that fuse. He's like, well, I just had one in the truck. I'm like, well, it would have cost me $10 if I had to go buy a pack of fuses. So take my money, please. He was like, all right. He's like, my wife's gonna be happy. I was like, all right, that's what matters. Happy wife, happy life. So thank gosh. So the toy haulers dropped, right? So I have to change out the hitch. My truck, I keep like a hitch on it where it like does different sizes, because there's a size difference between the boat and the car hauler. No. And then the toy hauler is too big, and it requires like a longer bar. But like before I was doing that shit. So, and it's like 4 o'clock, and I'm thinking I'll be there at like 4:30, 4:40. So I text him, I'm like, I'm on my way. If you have to close before I get there, it's fine. Just leave the boat outside of the gates and stuff, so I get to it without like getting my face mauled off.